Hey guys, OG Albino here, but you guys are BBR Season 5 Week 2 battle against PokeMMD and his Los Angeles Wakers. If you guys are excited for today's battle, be sure to drop a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 2,000 subs, and I would really appreciate if you help me out on that goal, providing you enjoy the video and all that stuff at the very least. But yeah, this is a really hype matchup. Joey's someone I've always wanted to play in draft as, someone I've watched for a long time, so I'm really excited for this one. I super sweated it. Big shouts to everybody in the front office who helped me with mocks, whether that be Goons or obviously my server. And if you want to join the front office and help me out, or even just join the server and hang out, there's a link to that in the description below. And yeah, with that being said, I do want to do a quick little team builder just so you can see what we're bringing and why we're bringing it, so you have that background knowledge and context going into the battle. If you do want to skip ahead to the battle, there's a timestamp on the top of the screen as well as a timestamp in the description below on when the battle starts. Alright, that being said, no more preamble, let's jump into it. Our team, if you did forget, is at the top of the screen, and it consists of Great Tusk, Tera Water and Fire Iron Moth, Rotom Wash, Screamtail, Fortress, Hydreigon, Talonflame, Gothitelle, Breloom, Ursaring, and Big Spidops, while our opponent's team is at the bottom of the screen, and it consists of Palafin, Iron Treads, Espathra, which is Tera Psychic and Ghost, Meowscarada, Sylveon, Tauros Blaze, so the Fire Tauros, Dragalge, Ditto, Mismagius, Hawlucha, and Knacklestack. This is a really interesting matchup because I feel like Joey can bring basically everything on his team. The only things I'm really not expecting are Ditto and Knackle. Those are the only ones I don't think are very good against me. Tauros is a bit iffy. Everything else I think has great viability. The biggest threats to me, Palafin is a big one. I know I have a Rotom Wash. I know I have Tera Water on my Iron Moth as well as things like Breloom. But realistically, those Pokemon are one close combat away from being dead. Bandit CC like nukes Rotom, so we have to be super careful about that. Iron Treads is decent defensively versus me and a bit annoying. A great spinner in the matchup, but I'm not too scared of it offensively or defensively in like my means of breaking it. Espathra runs me. It is absolutely terrifying what a Tera Ghost Espathra can do to me. And obviously, Mr. Pokemon knows that because he switched to Tera Ghost right before our game. We just played Tera Ghost Valiant and it was a big issue. This thing is the same. I don't think it's going to be a Calm Minding set. I think it's going to be a Lumina Crash set, and we'll kind of talk about that as we jump into the battle. Meowscarada, another Pokemon over the course of the game, don't switch into. I think Bandit is incredible versus me. Fortress takes one knockoff and it's not a check anymore. So that's obviously really scary. Dragalge seems kind of needed for things like Moth, Rotom, as well as even Breloom. Checking those guys. And Mismagius is another one I'm really scared of. Ghost Spam into me is incredible. My normal type in Ursaring isn't coming this week because I think it's pretty exploitable by his team. While it's an okay Pokemon, it's definitely not the greatest here in my opinion. And is kind of knock fodder, gets beaten by a ton of different things like a defensive Hawlucha. Especially, it's kind of fodder for that, and then I give up momentum on a U-turn potentially. And my Ghost Resist is Hydreigon, which gets rocked by a Dazzling Gleam from either one of the potential, quote-unquote ghost types. So I think Ghost Spam versus me is incredible. I really struggle with like Specs Mismag and Lumina crashing like endgame win con, Espathra and Mox, but we'll see what we can do. Okay. Now we can kind of talk about what I'm bringing. We have our Great Tusk on the screen right there, rocking out with the Rindo Berry, Photosynthesis as its ability, Headlong Rush, Close Combat, Stealth Rock, and Ice Spinner. We have 112 HP, 220 attack, 136 speed def, and 40 speed with an Adamant Nature. EV spread, when it boils down to it, we have enough speed for a modest Sylveon. Joey's speed tiers really drop off. So everything faster than Great Tusk is going to be faster. I kind of like just wanted to account for a more offensive Sylveon. I didn't lose any rolls or anything that I needed accounting for it, and I would like to be able to hit an offensive Sylveon with an Adamant Headlong Rush. We have enough Spadef to take a Timid Expert Belt Lumina Crash from the Espathra after Rocks, which is going to be really clutch, hopefully, in some instances. And yeah, offensively, this Pokemon's pretty incredible. Now, he does have the Hawlucha, but I think there are some good mid-ground opportunities where I get in on Dragalge on a U-turn for my Iron Moth, which we'll talk about, and then I can click a pretty free mid-ground Ice Spinner, and while Hawlucha will take one if it's bulkier, it's not going to appreciate an Adamant Ice Spinner. This is going to be my rock of this game because I do feel like it gets good rocking opportunities as I get in on things like Dragalge or the Iron Treads or a Espathra clicking Protect to scout and see what I do for, but not really that one. But really those ones, in all honesty, getting up rocks, and then my dual stabs are pretty incredible outside of that Hawlucha Mismagius. So yeah, and Ice Spinner does enough to Mismagius to where I'm not super worried about not having knockoff for it, and I really value the rocks in this game. Next up, we have our Rotom rocking out with the Choice Scarf once again. Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Trick levitated its ability. 248 HP, 76 defense, and 184 speed with a bold nature. Now, EVs wise, we are creeping a Meowscarada. I didn't necessarily need to creep it, but I was already going to creep things like Hawlucha anyway, so I figured having a fast Hydro Pump for that thing could be pretty clutch. It does a good 30ish%, so I figured why not have it. Meow isn't the bulkiest thing in the world, and I have enough Fizz Def to, you know, take on things like Palafin, or at least pivot into them, and if it CCs and I outspeed it, I'll live CC into Drain Punch, or Jet Punch, unless it's banded, but obviously if it's banded, it can't CC and Jet Punch me, which is obviously really nice. This thing is mainly here to check something like that Palafin, as well as that Iron Treads. We can also trick our Scarf onto the Dragalge if it's not a Black Sludge variant. I do kind of want to confirm that, because it doesn't necessarily need to be. It's a lot like Clodsire last week, though, whereas if he's not Shed Shell, then he's kind of Goth fodder. So that could be clutch, or it could even be clutch for something like a slow setup Espathra, and it wants to start clicking Calm Mind a bunch. So we can potentially deal with that way. I don't see that being super likely, but also things like Sylveon and, you know, other mons like that, Trick can be useful. But mostly this is here to pivot in on Palafin, Volt Switch around, because the Volt Switches are pretty free this game, which is obviously nice. Then we have our Iron Moth, also rocking out with the Choice Scarf, rocking out with Tera Water, Tera Blast, Fire Dance, Sludge Wave, and U-Turn. We got 56 HP, 228 special attack, and 224 speed with a timid nature. Now, EVs wise, we have enough speed for treads. We 2-hit KO Leftovers Finn, if it's like an offensive Leftovers bulk up set, and then we have the rest in our HP just to take, you know, random hits like Jet Punches and maybe a close combat and things like that, as well as special moves from the likes of Dragalge or Espathra once we Tera and things like that. Now, the reason we're Scarfing this game, this is actually going to be my lead, is because I like the speed control option. I liked having something faster than Meowscarada that could actually threaten it. I don't think Scarf Meow comes versus me. It's also faster than a +1 Espathra, which is really, really clutch as well, being able to hit that thing hard if it hasn't Calm Minded or anything like that. So I definitely like that aspect of it, as well as a Scarf that's faster than Miss Magius. Scarf Mismag really put it in my jaw in one of these mocks, because after Volcarona switched him once, I don't have Morning Sun in this thing. I can't really take it on afterwards. So I want something faster than that guy. Terra Blast, Water, or Fire Dance does a chunk. And depending on what's left, this is a good potential win con. We bait in the Dragalge as well, which lets in our Great Tusk and allows us good offensive positioning from there. And I think I can keep away rocks pretty decently this game. So I'm not super worried about not having our boots at the very least. But yeah. Next up, we do have said Rapid Spin in our Fortress making its debut this season, rocking out the Rocky Helmet, Sturdy ability, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, Spikes, and Rapid Spin. We got 240 HP, 96 defense, and 172 Spadef with a relaxed nature. Now, this guy right here, let me look up. What do I have the EVs for? Oh my gosh, I closed the tab. There we go. We live a +2 Terra Blast after rocks from the Espathra, I believe. Yeah. And then from there, we have the rest in our defense just to take those physical hits from the likes of Meowscarada, Palafin, and even things like Hawlucha very, very well. Gyro Ball is going to do a ton to Espathra if it wants to try and come in and spin block me, especially if it's like +1, Clutch Protect, whatever it may be. And we can naturally eat a hit from it, obviously. Spikes are going to be incredible at wearing down things like Palafin, things like Treads, things like Meowscarada, things like Dragalge, and things like that. Now, he does have removal options in default Hawlucha, as well as Spin Treads, but Spin Treads does kind of struggle with this Pokemon in general, and obviously we can chip it down with Helmet, and if it's low enough and dies to a Helmet before it gets off a spin, then we're in a good spot as well. Plus, we have plenty of ways of removing the tread. So, decent spiker this game is really here to kind of pivot in on that Meowscarada, though. If we're going to get knocked off, we might as well have a Rocky Helmet anyways, and from there, hopefully get some spikes, maybe throw off an EQ or a Gyro Ball or two, and go from there, which is obviously nice. Then we have our Scream Tail. Rocking out with a pretty cool set. We are rocking out with Dazzling Gleam, Parasong, Wish, and Protect. We have our Covert Cloak as our item. 248 HP, 80 defense, and 180 Spadef with a Calm nature. Now, what does the Covert Cloak do here? Like I said, I really don't think that a Calm Mind stored power set comes with me. I think Lumina Crash, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Protect is incredible into my team, whether it be Life Orb, Extra Belt, Leftover, something like that. I'm super scared of that set. So, I have the Covert Cloak here. With Covert Cloak and pretty chunky Spadef here, we can always take on, or at least pivot into that Espathra kicking Lumina Crash, to where we won't take Lumina Crash, go to -2, and then just get rocked by that hit, if that makes any sense. With that, we can take it on, we can live, we can go for a Parasong, force it out, and kind of deal with it accordingly, and provided I'm getting hazard chips and whittling that thing down, most of the things on my team can take a Espathra hit, and as long as I'm forcing it out, getting hazard chip on it, things like that, I should be in a pretty okay spot here with Scream Tail, at least kind of slowing it down and forcing out. Parasong can also be clutch for an endgame bulk up Palafin, for a Miss Magius, because we'll live a hit from that thing, even an Iron Treads, even a Hawlucha. We can always, deal with those things accordingly. This also checks Hawlucha decently, unless it's like an SD variant, and like I get a little bit chipped from the Espathra. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool set. I'm excited to see, hopefully, Covert Cloak pop off in draft for the first time, for me at least. Then we have our Breloom, rocking out with the Life Orb, Mach Punch, Bullet Seed, Spore, and Aerial Ace Technician as its ability. 192 HP, 252 attack, 16 defense, and 48 speed with an Adamant nature. Now, this Pokemon is a pretty incredible breaker here. We have just a decent amount of speed for like a super aggressive Sylveon trying to catch us, like being not a lot of speed because of how Joe's speed tiers work. Other than that, we can afford basically max HP. We have 192 HP plus 16 defense. The 192 allows us to have a Life Orb 9 in our HP, which means that our HP number ends in 9, giving us more Life Orb hits in a best case scenario. Other than that though, Mach Punch is great at revenging big threats like the Palafin, like the Iron Treads, like the Meowscarada, which is incredible. We can also live any non-acrobatics from Meowscarada, and I don't think acrobatics comes versus me, and it's pretty aggressive click as well. We can even live some like Espathra variants with Lumina Crash, which is awesome. Volt Seed's gonna nuke Pokemon like that, it nukes Pokemon like Sylveon. Spore to put something to sleep, something like the Dragalge, something like the Sylveon if it wants to come in for some reason, or even something like the Paldean Tauros. And then Aerial Ace is a good middle ground click. Say I'm in with Meowscarada and I expect to switch out. The two pivots on this team are likely something like Hawlucha or Paldean Tauros. Both of those Pokemon do not appreciate an Adamant Technician Aerial Ace to them. And same thing with something like a Dragalge. Now, defensive Dragalge will take it and probably not be too KO'd, but that's not recoverable. Then we can Spore it and kind of, deal with the Dragalge accordingly, which is good because I don't switch into Dragalge very well. So I like this Breloom a lot and kind of forcing damage on things and being a big nuisance. But yeah, that is going to be the team. I will be right back with the battle. Alrighty guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected. Let's see what came. Honestly, no Miss Mag is huge because I did not deal with Miss Mag very well defensively. So that's massive for me. I'm assuming the Hawlucha is coming as a Great Tusk check. So that's obviously great. We have some mid-ground Ice Spinners that we can click to catch that thing. And I'm glad we didn't go knockoff now. Espathra, Meowscarada, Palafin, Hawlucha. We see Dragalge, who's definitely there for our, our Iron Moth, because it kind of goes dumb, stupid, crazy otherwise. And then Iron Treads as well. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to lead off with our dude here, as it is a pretty darn free lead here, and we can kind of adjust and go for what we want to go for from here. Probably not tearing turn 1, we'll see, but probably not tearing turn 1. I think we always just U-turn out on the Treads. So I don't think it's worth popping my Tera just yet, because they can at least pivot in the Meowscarada. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Definitely excited about this one. This is definitely a big one. I'm juiced. But yeah, good luck, have fun to poke game here. Hopefully you can grab a dub. I'll see. I really wish I didn't do Area Zero music. I tried to get to Area Zero, like the AI boss theme. I ain't getting in time. Okay. We do see a Meow lead. I'm completely fine with that. Okay, cool. So we're gonna lead off with our Moth. And we're just gonna click U-turn. Very, very free U-turn, in fact. Very, very free U-turn. We might reveal we're Scarf here. I don't think he's Sash in this matchup. He also can't stop a spin. So, unless he's Scarf himself, he gets outpaced here. And even if he is Scarf, he, doesn't kill me. Oh, he is going to stay in. Oh, we killed. Is that a crit? I'm sorry, dude. That's brutal. There's just no Meowscarada. Wow. That's absolutely brutal. What do we want to go right here? What do we not want to allow in? I mean, I think we have a pretty free Rotom. Yeah, I think we have a pretty free Rotom. Because, if we're in Dragalge, I'm pretty okay with Dragalge coming in, because then I can just go Fortress. I'm not super worried about Fortress really existing now, because we got rid of the Meowscarada. That's what it was here to check. Wow, that was a brutal crit. That was a brutal crit. That put us in a phenomenal position turn 1. We're just gonna Volt Switch out, though. There's a not to. This thing is so big. What in the world? He is so big. Okay. Let's see. From here, we just go out into Hammond. Yeah, no reason not to. Yeah, Draco's gonna pop. Let's see. Ow. And from here, we're just gonna get up a spike. I really don't see a reason not to. Big Palafin can't take advantage of it just yet, which is also really, really important to note. He could also be defog on the Lucha, but if Lucha comes in, I'm just gonna Gyro Ball it. Ivory comes out. I'm just gonna Earthquake this thing. We're gonna see a balloon, no balloon. If he wants to spin, he's gonna take a bunch of chip. So I'm okay with this trade. I don't need this Pokemon for literally anything. Yeah. So he's gonna do a lot of damage right there, or little damage there. But the helmet chip, huge. And we're just gonna be able to EQ right here. Now I have to keep in mind this thing is obviously faster now. But not the biggest deal in the world. We're gonna see leftovers. That's fine. I'm just gonna try and spike up again. No reason not to. I force him to take more damage overall. I mean, I guess I could just double EQ next time. And I can always prevent him from getting up rocks here too. Yeah, because from here I just EQ a bunch. From here I just EQ a bunch. He's gonna spin. I didn't see the roll, unfortunately, from the shreds. I am curious how much EQ is doing from max attack. Looks like 111 max. So I'm just gonna EQ. Maybe I should have spun. Guaranteed kept rocks away. Because now my, what do you call it, takes damage every time it comes in. It's a bit unfortunate. So Force is gonna kill the treads. Not the biggest deal in the world, but not ideal. If Finn comes in to try and get its, what do you call it, off, I'm okay with that too. Because I can just spin. Yeah, no Meow, just turn 1 is massive. Now, I am surprised you didn't scout for Scarf, but like, obviously I U-turned, you know? Prowlicane, what is this? I obviously can't spin in front of this. I'm just gonna Gyro here. Or do I want to save this as a sack? And go hard Scream Tail? Espathra. Let's see. Because like I'm not doing much here with this Gyro. Yeah, in case he's super bulky, I think it is my play to go Scream Tail. We're gonna save this for a sack piece later. Maybe to the Hawlucha or something. Maybe to Palafin as it comes in. We're gonna see a Tera here probably. Ah, but he can Shadow Ball. That was a dumb play. I don't think it was a very good play by me. Oh, I should have just Gyroed. I should have just Gyroed. Because he couldn't set up multiple Calm Minds. That's dumb. Fuck. That was super dumb. It was super dumb. Wow, what a bad play. That was super dumb. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, that was super dumb. I'm super screwed now. Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, that was a terrible play. Oh no. Oh, that was so stupid. Okay, we haven't seen any kind of boosting item. Espathra. Let's go Lumina Crash. Lumina Crash kills that guy. After rocks, it does not kill. I might be screwed. I might lose because of that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's really bad. Okay. Do I go Rotom and Trick? Oh my gosh, that's so bad. I don't know why I did that. I just had the Gyro and then I was fine. I mean... Oh, dude. He's gonna withdraw. That's really bad. I'm really not happy with that play by me. I still live one from it, which is important. I have to go Rotom because I can't let the Espathra in again to Calm Mind in my face. If it's Calm Mind Lumina Crash, I lose. I think it's going to be Protect 3 attacks, but like... Brave Bird. That's fine. Crit, whatever, that's not the big... We're gonna Volt. He would have stayed in. It's fine. Ah, dude, I have to hope he's not Calm Mind. I think that's like my only play. Or hope he stays in and clicks Close Combat and kills. Kill me. Come on, please. Don't U-turn. Fuck. It's really bad, dude. I'm terrified. Oh, and I don't have knock on my Tusk. Like, things are not going well for me, dude. And Espathra's gonna come in. And I don't really know what I do about it. I mean, I'm gonna Gyro Ball here always to try and punish that Espathra for coming in. He's gonna kill me there. 51. Does that tell me if you're banded? 51. Feels like a lot. I mean, you could just be adamant. But can you be jolly and do that stuff? I mean, max roll. That might be banded. Oh, dude, this is bad. This is so bad. Why is this my check? Oh my gosh, I super threw by going Screen Tail. That, like, just absolutely boned me. Gonna withdraw? I can't play around it, though. Like, I can't call that switch. You know what I mean? I mean, what do I do? I'm off. Into... let's go Espathra. I mean, I do a lot with my Moth. That's like a potential out. I don't know, dude. This is looking really bad. Looking really bad. We're gonna get out. Here's Roost. We're gonna Volt. As we have to. He's gonna withdraw. Half Regal. Okay. Now we're gonna go out into it. We're gonna click Ice Spinner. Yeah, just click Ice Spinner. Will he catch it? We catch the Lucha. Just don't be Helmet. If you're Helmet, I think I actually do lose. It sucks. It's like my only thing to break through the Tugalji, too. If it's offensive Lumina Crash, I think that's the game. If it's not, there's an out? Maybe. Because if he's not bulky, Sludge Wave does a ridiculous amount. And I don't think he should be Calm Mind in this game. Like, I really don't think he should be Calm Mind. I think, like, offensive 3 attacks Lumina Crash is so good into my team. If he's Tera Ghost. Let's see. You know what's a really scary thing is, too? It's Palafin. Male. If he is Choice Band Jolly. Rotom Wash. 148. After Rocks. I still do live. I think it's my play to go into Cassidy. I just have to. Oh, this is tough, dude. He's gonna Wave Crash? I mean, this just, like, kills something if he does. 290 down to 215. How much is that? 290 down to 215. We need to calc this. 290 minus 215. 76. He's not banded. 290. 5. 6. He's not very offensive in general. I'm Bullet Seed. Just gonna Bullet Seed. Look at all these seeds, bro. A lot of them. We're just gonna Spore it. Now, if he's Goggles, we're kind of in a bad spot. Not. Okay, cool. From here, I think we just Aerial Ace. 2-hit KO. If he doesn't wake up, we're in a good spot. He's not gonna wake up. Perfect. Unless you Sleep Talk. We should be safe here. Oh, he is Sleep Talk. That's cool. That's cool. Wait, so is it my play to go Moth? I think it's my play to go this, actually. I'm gonna try and get up my rocks. Get a little bit of chip on the things coming in. Can't really touch me at -2 very well. I have a lot of Spadef in this thing, and it's just gonna help out with that Espathra. There's no reason to take this KO right now when I can just get it in a second. So we're gonna get up our rocks. Late game rocks. Oh man. I'm really frustrated with myself. Oh, he woke up. Sleep Talk? Oh, he called it. He said, I'm waking up. It's fine. I mean, we died to everything in the back anyways. Now we just stay in spam attacks at this point. No reason to do otherwise. I'm really frustrated with myself. I'm really frustrated with myself. Fuck, man. The hard screen tail play was just like... It's just such an oversight because, I mean, why wouldn't you Tera Ghost Shadow Ball there? I don't have a Ghost Resist on my team. I'm in with a Fortress, you know? You also want to prevent, like, a weird potential spin. I mean, I'm not going to live any hit anyways, but, like, Psychic was never the click there. Like, Lumina Crash, Calm Mind probably wasn't the move anyways. I guess I was really scared of, like, him hard Calm Minding, but... Man. Ugh. Okay, this thing's going to come out. I mean... I got one play. He has Lumina Crash, so I did call a set too. Oh, I'm frustrated. I don't think there's an out. Unfortunately. I don't think there's an out. Unless Moth can, like, randomly live too. And rocks are up too, so, like, I couldn't spin. If I had spin on that thing too, maybe things are different. I mean, I don't know. What we do here, though, is we Tera and we Fiery Dance. That's all we can do. Oh, if I was Tera Fire, too! Oh, if I was Tera Fire. Get a crit kill? Crit kills! We already got lucky with one. We already got one. We already got one. Give me one more. I think we lose, though. Oh, man, Owen. I'm really frustrated myself. I mean, protect is also fair. What if I quiver danced? Yeah, this is looking tough, guys. This is looking tough. I mean, we have the crit potential that is quite literally out at this point. Offensive Lumina Crash just blows through us. Lumina Crash. Yeah. He does withdraw, actually. Give me a boost. Rocks. Okay. I mean, my only play here, right, is to go into T-Racer here. Yeah, I think this is checkmate. This should be my only play. But if I can somehow get him in range of a Fiery Dance, maybe it's possible. Here's CC. Yeah, I think it's a wrap, though. I do think it's a wrap. Unfortunate. There is no more out. Unless a -1 into crit kills. Palafin Hero. I mean, at level 100, -1. And a crit. I mean, a crit has a chance. It's our only lock at this point. I think it's our only lock to win. Unless Espathra gets 2-it KO'd. At 88% after rocks. There it goes. Actually, there is a chance. So Sludge Wave is my play. Oh, there's no chance. GG's. Yeah, I don't know. I super threw. I'm really frustrated myself because I lost any type of Espathra counterplay so early, and I feel like that just put me on such a back foot. And I'm pretty frustrated about that. Like, I knew better than to make that play, and in that one play is it just super boned me. So wow, yeah, that's really frustrating. But that's Pokemon. You live and you learn. That's on me. Yeah, damn. GG's though. Obviously, good game. It was a really close one. I'm obviously very, very frustrated myself, though. Yeah, nothing you can do but bounce back. I think next week we play J-Bear, so we're just gonna have to, like, put it in his jaw or something. I don't know. Ugh, man. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed, please drop a sub to the channel. I'd appreciate it. We're on our way to 2K, and I appreciate you helping me out along that journey. Drop a like if you enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Later.